And Chad took a little bite. We're like, oh no, whole thing, buddy. You better go home. So he ate the chip, and then his ears turned red, and his lips and his tongue went numb, and he was like, struggling to talk. He thought he could last 20 minutes without drinking milk. At the 2-minute mark, he said, it's been 20 minutes, Laurie. And I said, oh, yeah, no. At the 5-minute mark, he said, I am done. Because as it worked its way down, it was burning.
Oh my God.
So he drank a pint of milk, and then about 10 minutes later, drank another pint of milk. And he said it stayed with him for quite some time. So last week, we did Baloo, which is the Asian egg that has the fetus in it, the fertilized fetus. Ugh. So he had a duck and a chicken egg, and Adam Walter from Virtual C joined us, and he took the challenge, and they actually said that it was good. Adam had, I think, the chicken egg, and he said it tasted like a chicken omelet. Besides the fact that there were some feathers that got stuck in his teeth. And then Chad had the duck egg, in which he actually had the little head and popped it in and found a foot and popped it in. And they were troopers. I mean, they did a really good job with it because, obviously that is a staple in many cultures, but it's just not something we're used to.
No.
And he was a little worried about eating it just because it's different.
Yeah, for sure.
And he said it actually was not bad. He said the only thing that was weird was texture.
Yeah.
Just kind of crunchy. So this week we have John Harrelson coming in. He's Ripper. Okay. And he's going to be in today. And we are going to do a spicy dish today, a very spicy dish. I don't know what kind of peppers are in it. I don't even know.
Ooh.
It is I believe it is a Korean ramen that we're doing today. I think. And so we have a bunch of things, and they're not always like spicy or weird. Mm-hmm. We're also looking at like retro foods from like the 30s, 40s, and 50s. So if you like Google food from the 30s, 40s, and 50s, there are some things on there that do not look appetizing.
Oh man, every recipe has lard in it.
Oh yeah,
so whatever that is.
Jello and
Jello.
Lots of Jello. So we'll be doing different things. And with this challenge, we'd love for people to come join Chad. Just because it's more fun. So anyone can come. You can come.
Now, sign me up, but just make it not super horrible.
And that's the thing, too. We're trying to find some things that aren't horrible. Like one thing I want to do is a blind taste test where we blindfold our guest. We guarantee nothing will be weird. Everything we find will be at like high V. So nothing super, super weird or out there. But just, can you identify by the taste of a Pringles chip what flavor it is? Or yogurt, can you identify that? So I think that would be fun too.
Yeah.
Because that will allow more people to get involved that really do not want to eat a fertilized egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're back to the yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, now I'm going to notice that all the time. I'm so sorry. But okay, what other events or anything that you guys have coming up that you want to make sure all of your customers, my followers know about that they can support you?
I will say all of our events are private that we do, typically because it's a client hiring us to do a job. So while I would love to invite all of you to our events, I don't know that our client would be super happy.
Sure. Well, you were doing those tea parties.
We were, yes. Things. And from time to time, we will do high teas in our space.
Okay.
We will also do, we did a rockabilly brunch. We did a bluegrass brunch. We tend to open up our space from time to time to do those types of events. But that depends on the availability of my space, and right now it's booking pretty solid. So if someone wants our room, we give it to them first, and if we have dead weekends, then we'll go in and do the events. And they're really, really fun. They're very labor intensive. They are a very unique creative experience. Again, we're very thematic, so everything is going to be just go big or go home when it comes to us with table centerpieces or what the food looks like. And those events give us an opportunity to do things that we normally don't do on our catering menu. If you want me to cater, let's say, 150 Eggs Benedict, that's pretty difficult for a commercial kitchen to pump out, regardless of who you are as a caterer. It can be done. It absolutely can be done. But when you figure in your transport time and getting them there, we always believe that we want to be able to execute to the highest quality. So doing things in our space allows us to do a lot of food that doesn't transport well. So we can kind of shine with our culinary expertise and do really fun things. So, yeah.
I love that you said go big or go home.
Yeah.
Because that is so you.
That is me.
That is so you. It's so me too. I'm like that.
That's why we hang
I don't
out.
do anything just a little bit.
No,
like I just go off the deep end. I don't know
Exactly.
what is wrong with me.
No, that's natural and normal. And
So it just makes me feel better
I
when
embrace
there's more
that.
people like you. I love that you're a strong female, and you are always so supportive. You're always willing to help other people too in business. Like, you were a great connector for me when I first started True North, and so I just always really appreciated that about you. And you know everybody.
I try.
She knows everybody, so if you need to
try.
know somebody, she'll probably know them. So just reach out to Laurie. So what is something that we should know about you, but it might be something that nobody knows?
Oh my goodness, there's a lot. I have a lot
Yeah.
of secrets in the closet.
Oh, wow.
One thing that's
Do
really
tell.
unique and different that has nothing to do with business is I actually have 2 high school diplomas. Yeah.
Is that, can you
I
do that?
I have them.
How?
So I graduated early from my high school in Chicago,
Uh-huh.
and I wanted to walk the stage with my class the next year, and my counselor said absolutely. So they didn't process me as being graduated because I technically was still a student, and they were being very, very nice to me to let me come back and walk with my class. Well, I moved back to California, and I decided I really wasn't ready to grow up, and I didn't really want to go to college because I didn't have a high school transcript yet, and I didn't want to, I didn't want to work full time. So I enrolled back in high school again to meet people. I was a very, very bad student that year because it didn't really matter. But I had a lot of fun and I met a lot of really cool people. So I actually flew back to Chicago, walked across the stage, got my diploma, and then the next week walked across the stage in California and got another diploma.
That's
So I have
so
2 high school
cool.
diplomas. Yeah,
That's
it should
awesome.
make me doubly smart. It does not, but
You are very smart.
yeah,
Don't
and
sell yourself
I
short.
only use the one from Chicago for transcript and official purposes, which really doesn't matter anymore because I'm so old. But
Yeah.
that was the one I used because that's where I actually took school somewhat seriously.
That's an interesting fact. I
Yeah.
don't think I'll know anyone else that has that.
Yep.
And you also play guitar.
I do play guitar. I do. Yeah. I was a teacher. We had a snow day, and my student teacher and I had a pact that if we had a snow day, we would go buy guitars and teach ourselves how to play. So we did. And then we went to pawn shops, and I bought a red guitar because I thought, well, if I am really terrible at this, at least it'll look pretty in the house. We were troopers, and we played every week, and we got okay. And then I started taking lessons, and I got into a band, and I've been in a couple bands, and then last year I took the whole year off because of COVID, and so many of my musician friends depend on it for income, and I do not. I do it for fun. So I didn't want to take stage time away from someone that needed that to feed themselves or their family. So I took the whole year off, which means I don't have any calluses because I have not been playing. The year before, I did all solo work, and I cut a CD, which was kind of my end goal. My first goal was
Where
to
do
play
I
a
get
stage.
my hands on this?
Oh, you can have one for free. I have a million.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, my goal was to play on a stage, which Zoo Bar was the first stage I played on, and then like I said, got into a band and did the circuit, and then did a couple different bands, and I'm more of a coffee shop winery kind of girl. I'm kind of like sit down, tell some stories, drink some wine, drink some coffee, play music, stop in the middle to tell a story. It's just really low key. So
I like that.
And the first song I learned to play was Smelly Cat from Friends.
That's awesome.
And I play it at shows if it's requested. I will do it. Yeah.
Oh, good
I
to
will
know.
do it.
Good to know. I'm
Yep.
just gonna keep
Yep.
that.
I know
in my
the
back
claw and the
pocket.
bear and all the other things
Yeah.
that Phoebe taught people.
Yeah. Well, is there any final message that you want to get out? Maybe is there something that you want to say about your experience with COVID? Like you just touched on that quick.
No. What I want to say is support local business, support small business.
Yeah.
It kills me to see our little mom and pops where their parking lots are empty, and when other competitors' our lots are full when they have nationwide support. I know everyone in Lincoln supports local people; they hire local people, but when you go to someone like me and my tiny little operation, I mean, you make a really big impact. I mean, I have a really diverse staff. I have a young woman that has 5 children on my staff. And when you buy from me, you are feeding her kids, and you're putting her kids in underwear and winter coats and those type of things. I mean, it really has a direct impact. I also have an immigrant on my staff. I have, I have a felon on my staff. I mean, I have a really diverse staff of people that are amazing at what they do. So when you buy from Doorstep Catering, you're not buying from me. You're really getting them taken care of. I mean, that's one thing I'm really proud of is that I've been able to offer employment opportunities in Lincoln and help be a part of the economic development of this community.
Yeah.
I also believe a rising tide raises all ships. So if you don't buy from me, buy from someone else that's local. mean, search out those little mom and pops that don't have those slick marketing budgets. I mean, I am the marketing budget.
Yeah.
It is me.
Yeah.
And it is you. I mean, we are kind of like on our little islands, trying to navigate through this new world we're in. Yeah. And we don't have, a lot of slick marketing support. And I'm very jealous of that. I'll just say that. I would love to have it, but I don't.
Right.
So when you're thinking about spending your dollars, it's really easy because the bigger names have that recognition with their marketing where they can constantly hit you with frequency and reach, and I just don't have that budget. I can't compete. So please, 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 search out local whenever you're shopping for whatever you need, because that's what really makes Lincoln unique and makes us tick is all these cool little places we have, and I really want to see them survive after this is over. So
I agree wholeheartedly. Shop local,
eat local.
Order Doorstep Diner Catering.
Doorstep Diner Catering.
One time, just as a thank you for my property managers, I sent them some food, and they'll always remember that. Just like if there's somebody you're needing to thank, you can send them a meal, and it really is something that makes people feel good.
And I think people get scared calling a caterer. A restaurant's easy. Here's my menu. I'm going to order 10 of this. Have it delivered. But when you call a caterer, it's like, oh gosh, are they going to be expensive? What can they do? Well, the beauty of working with the caterer is we don't have a set menu. So if you tell me, hey, I have this many people and this much money, we will tell you exactly what we can do for you. We will brainstorm with you. We will throw out all kinds of ideas to try and hit the mark so that your people are going to be happy. You're going to be happy.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
ordering
really what
that
we do.
Like cardboard pizza that's, you got to order 12 large pizzas or whatever. It's still going to cost you, you can take that same amount of money and provide a really quality lunch. We had salad with it, and it was excellent. So I highly recommend Laurie, and I recommend Doorstep Diner Catering.
Thank you.
And thanks for being here today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Shop local.
Shop local, everybody.
Shop local.
And take care. Great to see you.